The Talmud relates that in times of Jerusalem, there was a man who was friendly with a person by the name of Kamsa, and he had an enemy by the name of Bar Kamsa. The Talmud says he made a feast. We invited all his friends. There was a very prestigious feast. There were a lot of rabbis there and scholars. And he sent his servant to invite his friends. On his friend list was Kamsa. The servant made a mistake. Instead of inviting Kamsa to the celebration, he invited Bar Kamsa. So the enemy received an invitation to the talked about celebration. He thought for sure the host wanted to make up with him. He wanted to make peace with him. So he said, you know what, I'm coming to the celebration. At the celebration, the host walks around to the guests and he sees his enemy, his arch enemy, Bar Kamsa there. He goes over to him and he says, what are you doing here? And the guy says, what do you mean? What do you mean? You invited me. He said, I didn't invite you. Get out. So Bar Kamsa said, since I am already here, do you mind if I pay the cost of the meal? And we'll be done with it. And the host said, absolutely not. Get out of here now. Bar Kamsa said, I'm willing to counter offer. I'm willing to pay for half the expenses of the entire celebration here. That could be a lot of money. And Bar Kamsa, without thinking about it, said, absolutely not. Get out. So Bar Kamsa responded. He said, I'm willing to pay for the entire cost of the entire celebration. It's a fortune of money. All the guests, flop, the music, everything. And the host said, absolutely not. Get out of here. Bar Kamsa was mortified, embarrassed. He went out and he said, since there were rabbis there who didn't protest, it means they agreed with this whole thing. And he went over to the Roman Caesar, the Roman emperor, and because of the tale he told the Roman emperor sent his troops to destroy Jerusalem. The reason why we are in exile today in 2016 is because of a story of hate. The temple was destroyed on Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av. The second temple was destroyed also on Tisha B'Av. By the way, many other bad things happened to the Jewish nation on Tisha B'Av, including the rebellion of Bar Kokhba. The Jews were in Beitar. It was crushed. They were killed on Tisha B'Av. The Jews were expelled from England on Tisha B'Av. The Jews were expelled from Spain on Tisha B'Av. World War I, by the way, started Tisha B'Av as well. So the reason why we are in exile today, suffering, 2,000 years of suffering, is because of one story of hate. We mark Tisha B'Av. This coming Saturday night, we're going to fast. And the way to effect this is by having unwarranted love for each other. The reason the temple was destroyed because we hated each other. So let's fix it up by having love for each other. When we love each other, just for no reason, just on principle. Like the guy hated Bar Kamsa on principle. If we love each other on principle, that is the way to rectify this mistake. That is the way to rebuild the third temple. May it happen right now.